You know, I've had the privilege of speaking to network marketing organizations around the world for over 40 years now, and there's something remarkable I've discovered. This business offers one of the most extraordinary opportunities available to the average person. Where else can you start part-time, with minimal investment, and build something that can create financial freedom for you and your family? The beauty of network marketing isn't just in the compensation plan. It's in the personal development journey that transforms you along the way. I started my journey as a farm boy from Idaho, one decision away from a completely different life. When my mentor Earl Schoaf introduced me to this business model, I wasn't looking at it as just a way to make money. I was looking at it as a way to become more. You see, that's the genius of this business. It doesn't just ask you to sell a product or service, it asks you to grow, to develop new skills, to become a leader who can inspire others. And that journey of becoming is what makes this business so rewarding and so challenging at the same time. Now, I'm going to share with you the principles and strategies I've learned over the decades, principles that work regardless of which company you're with or what product you're offering. These are timeless truths about human nature, leadership, influence, and the art of building something significant. Whether you're just starting out or you've been in this business for years, my goal today is to give you new insights, to rekindle your enthusiasm, and to equip you with tools that will help you build a network marketing business that stands the test of time. So let's begin this journey together. Before we talk about recruiting or selling or any of the tactical aspects of this business, we need to address something far more fundamental: your philosophy. Your philosophy is how you think about your business, your prospects, your products, and most importantly, yourself. If your philosophy isn't right, nothing else matters. You can have the best techniques in the world, but without the right philosophy, you'll struggle to build something meaningful and lasting. When I first started in this business, I had the wrong philosophy. I thought success was about finding the right company or having the right upline or living in the right neighborhood. I was looking outside myself for the keys to success. Then Mr. Schoaf told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Jim, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better." That simple shift in philosophy, taking responsibility for my own success, changed everything for me. I stopped blaming circumstances and started focusing on developing myself. Your philosophy about this business will determine your approach to every aspect of it. If you see network marketing as just a way to make quick money, you'll focus on transactions rather than relationships. If you see it as a get-rich-quick scheme, you'll be disappointed when success doesn't come overnight. But if you see it as a professional business, one that requires skill development, strategic thinking, and consistent activity over time, you'll approach it with the seriousness and commitment it deserves. The right philosophy is this: network marketing is a personal development business disguised as a product distribution business. Get that right, and everything else will fall into place. Now that we've established the importance of philosophy, let's talk about personal development. Here's a fundamental truth: your business will grow only as much as you grow. Your business is a direct reflection of who you are. If you want $1 million business, you need to become a $1 million person. This means developing the mindset, skills, and character that make you valuable in the marketplace. I remember when I was struggling in my early days, I asked my mentor why I wasn't making more money. He asked me a simple question: "Jim, how much are you currently worth an hour?" That question stopped me in my tracks. He explained that the marketplace pays for value, and if I wanted to earn more, I needed to become more valuable. That meant developing new skills, acquiring new knowledge, improving my communication abilities, and strengthening my character. I realized that my income would always be in direct proportion to the value I brought to the marketplace. So, how do you become more valuable? Start with a serious reading program. The books you don't read won't help you. I suggest reading at least 30 minutes every day in your field and in personal development. Listen to audio programs while you're driving or exercising. Attend seminars and training events, not just for the content, but for the environment of growth they create. Find mentors who have achieved what you want to achieve and learn from them. Remember, the key is consistency. It's not what you do occasionally that shapes your life. It's what you do consistently. Personal growth isn't an event. It's a process that happens day by day, decision by decision. Let's talk about something fundamental to your success in network marketing: recruiting. But I want to shift how you think about recruiting. It's not about convincing or persuading people to join your business against their will. It's about finding people who are already looking for what you have to offer. It's about becoming a good finder, someone who can spot opportunity and potential in others, sometimes before they see it in themselves. The mistake many people make is they try to recruit everyone they meet. They approach recruiting with desperation rather than discernment. They talk to people who aren't open, aren't ambitious, or aren't looking for change. That's a formula for frustration. Instead, develop what I call sorting skills rather than convincing skills. Your job is to sort through the many to find the few who are ready for your opportunity. When I learned this principle, my business changed dramatically. I stopped trying to convince the skeptical and started focusing on finding the open-minded and ambitious. So how do you build this kind of culture? It starts with being intentional about what you celebrate and what you tolerate. Celebrate learning and personal growth. Celebrate effort and activity, not just results. Celebrate teamwork and contribution. At the same time, don't tolerate negativity, excuses, or victim mentality. Be clear about your expectations. Create regular events and rituals that reinforce your core values, like book clubs, recognition ceremonies, or training calls. Remember, culture isn't created in a day. It's built over time through consistent messaging and modeling. But once established, a strong culture becomes your greatest asset in building a sustainable, growing network marketing business. At the heart of every successful network marketing business is leadership. Not title or position, but true leadership. The ability to influence others toward a common goal. In this business, you don't manage people, you lead them. You don't direct them, you inspire them. This requires developing a whole new set of skills and, more importantly, a different way of thinking about your role in the organization. When I first started building my team, I thought leadership meant doing everything myself and having all the answers. I was exhausted and frustrated because no one was stepping up to help. Then I realized I was creating followers, not leaders. My mentor explained that my job wasn't to build a business, it was to build people who build the business. True leadership is about empowering others, not controlling them. It's about developing their potential, not just directing their activities. This insight changed everything about how I approached my team. The most powerful form of leadership is leadership by example. People are more influenced by what they see than by what they hear. If you tell your team to read books but you don't read, they won't read. If you tell them to make calls but you don't make calls, they won't make calls. But when you lead by example, when you're in the trenches doing what you're asking others to do, you create a powerful pull that inspires others to follow. Remember this: in network marketing, your team will never consistently do what you tell them to do, but they will consistently do what they see you do. So be the leader worth following and watch how your organization transforms. Let's talk about a skill that's absolutely essential in this business: communication. Your ability to effectively communicate your message, whether one-on-one in a small group or from stage, will directly impact your success in network marketing. This isn't about being polished or perfect. It's about being clear, authentic, and compelling in how you share your message with others. I wasn't always a good communicator. In fact, when I first started, I was terrified of speaking in front of groups. My palms would sweat, my voice would shake, and my mind would go blank. But I realized that if I wanted to build a substantial organization, I needed to overcome this fear and develop this skill. So I practiced. I read books on communication. I watched great speakers. I took every opportunity to speak, no matter how small the audience. And gradually, I improved. Not overnight, but over time. The key was consistent effort and a willingness to be uncomfortable while I was learning. Here's what I've learned about effective communication in network marketing. First, it's not about you, it's about your audience. Focus on their needs, their dreams, their challenges. Second, stories are more powerful than facts. Don't just tell people about your products or opportunities. Tell stories about how they've changed lives. Third, simplicity is key. If your message is complicated, it won't be remembered or repeated. And finally, your conviction matters more than your technique. If you truly believe in what you're sharing, that authenticity will come through and connect with others. Remember, in this business, your words have the power to change lives, including your own. Use them wisely and develop this skill intentionally. Now let's address something that separates the professionals from the amateurs in this business. Consistent activity. Network marketing is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. The most successful people in this industry aren't always the most talented or the most charismatic. They're the most consistent. They do the necessary activities day after day, week after week, month after month, regardless of how they feel or what challenges they face. I remember working with a distributor who was very talented but struggled with consistency. He would work intensely for a few weeks, then disappear for a month. His business reflected this pattern, up and down, with no sustainable growth. I sat down with him and shared one of my favorite philosophies. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. I helped him identify the key activities that would move his business forward, making prospecting calls, following up with customers, training his team, and encouraged him to do these things consistently, even when he didn't feel like it. 6 months later, his business had doubled, not because he worked harder, but because he worked consistently. Here's the challenge I give to every network marketer. Identify the 3 to 5 high-leverage activities that will grow your business and commit to doing them every day no matter what. Create a schedule and stick to it. Track your activities so you can measure your progress. Anticipate obstacles and plan how you'll overcome them. Remember, discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. The temporary discomfort of discipline is nothing compared to the lasting pain of knowing you could have built something significant if only you'd been consistent. In this business, the secret to success is no secret at all. It's showing up day after day, doing the work that matters. As we conclude our time together, I want to address the ultimate purpose of building your network marketing business, creating a life worth living. This business isn't just about making money. It's about becoming more, serving others, and creating a lifestyle that brings you joy and fulfillment. The financial rewards are wonderful, but they're not the only rewards. And for many of the most successful people in this industry, they're not even the most important rewards. When I look back on my journey in network marketing, what stands out isn't just the income I earned or the ranks I achieved. It's the person I became in the process. It's the thousands of lives I was able to impact. It's the freedom to design my days around what matters most to me. It's the relationships I built with extraordinary people who shared my values and vision. These are the true treasures this business offers, if you approach it with the right philosophy and commitment. So let me leave you with this challenge. Build your business not just for what you'll get, but for who you'll become. Build it not just for the income, but for the impact you'll make. Build it not just for today, but for the legacy you'll leave. Remember that every person you introduce to this business, every life you touch, creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. That's the true power of network marketing. It's not just a business opportunity. It's a vehicle for transformation, both for yourself and for others. Thank you for your time today, and remember, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. So make today count. Ladies and gentlemen, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the foundation of philosophy to the skills of leadership, from the art of recruiting to the discipline of consistent activity. But remember, knowledge isn't power. It's potential power. It becomes power only when you apply it. So as you leave here today, I encourage you to identify 1 or 2 key ideas that resonate with you and commit to implementing them immediately in your business. This business will challenge you. There will be days when you question whether it's worth it, days when you face rejection and disappointment. On those days, remember why you started. Remember the vision that first attracted you to this opportunity. And remember that every successful person in this industry faced the same challenges you're facing. The difference is they didn't quit. They kept learning, kept growing, kept moving forward, despite the obstacles. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Not because it's easy, but because you're worth it. Your dreams are worth it. Your future is worth it. I started this journey many years ago, and I can tell you without hesitation that network marketing has given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. Not just financially, but in every dimension: relationships, personal growth, contribution, and freedom. This same opportunity is available to you. The principles work if you work them. The system succeeds if you follow it consistently. The dream becomes reality when you commit to the journey, day after day, decision after decision. Thank you for allowing me to share these ideas with you today. Now go build a business and a life that makes you proud. The journey continues.